terror, bewilderment, frustration, despair. When I first read these words from the AA Big Book, it felt like time stopped. These 4 simple words perfectly captured the emotional hurricane I'd been living in for years. They weren't just concepts on a page, they were the very forces driving my life into the ground. The authors weren't being dramatic. In the Book of Revelation, the 4 horsemen signaled the end of the world. For those of us in addiction's grip, these 4 emotions can feel just as apocalyptic, destroying everything we love. But here's the secret. Naming these horsemen is the first step to taking away their power. Let's start with terror. Terror was the 3 a.m. panic attack, piecing together what I'd done the night before. It was the cold sweat when my phone buzzed, wondering who I'd called in a blackout. It was the dread of facing another day, knowing I'd probably repeat the same mistakes. The Big Book calls this the terror of losing control over our entire lives. For me, it was the terror of becoming someone I didn't recognize, someone who could lie, hurt people, and break every promise. This terror doesn't just vanish in recovery. Sometimes it's the fear of living without your substance, or the fear that relationships are damaged beyond repair. Next comes bewilderment. This is the maddening confusion of not understanding your own behavior. Many times did I ask myself, why did I do that again? I'd set rules. Only 2 drinks, not on weekdays, and I'd break them every single time. It wasn't just about not being able to stop. It was about not knowing who I had become. The Big Book describes this bewilderment perfectly. We know what we should do, we want to do it, but something else takes over. It can make you feel like you're going crazy. Then there's frustration, which builds on bewilderment. When we can't understand our actions, we get angry at ourselves, at the world. This creates a vicious cycle. We're frustrated, so we use to escape the feeling, which only creates more behavior to be frustrated about. I lived in a constant state of rage. I was frustrated with my job, my family, but mostly myself. This frustration also shows up in early recovery. Okay? We get frustrated that sobriety doesn't magically fix everything overnight. Finally, there's despair, the darkest and most dangerous of the horsemen. It's the complete loss of hope. It's the voice that says you're too far gone, you've burned too many bridges, and you'll never get better. I remember this despair feeling like a heavy blanket, the total absence of any possibility that life could be different. It's a dangerous place to be. But here's the thing about despair. It's often the last stop before surrender. Sometimes you have to hit that absolute bottom before you become willing to try something completely new. So why does naming these horsemen matter so much? Because you can't fight what you can't see. For years, these forces controlled me because I didn't recognize them. I thought terror was just anxiety, bewilderment was just confusion, and despair was just realistic thinking. When we name them, we create distance. We can say, I'm experiencing terror right now. We are not our terror. We are people experiencing terror. We are not our despair. We are people moving through it. So how can you start dealing with them? First, try journaling about a time when one of these horsemen overwhelmed you. Be honest about what happened and how you felt. Next, talk about it with a sponsor, a counselor, or a trusted friend. These feelings lose their power when you bring them into the light. The beautiful paradox of recovery is that our greatest weaknesses often become our greatest strengths. The terror that once paralyzed me has taught me compassion. The bewilderment has given me patience. The despair taught me to cherish hope. The horsemen might not disappear entirely, but they no longer run the show. When they show up, I recognize them as information, not a command. If you're just starting this journey, know you are not alone. Others have walked this path. Today, you just need to take the next right step. Name what you see in the shadows so you can find your way to the light. Thanks for watching. If you're looking for more resources and reminders for your recovery journey, check out Map to Victory. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content to support you on your path.